My name is Missy Deibler, part of a 4-generation family who volunteers at UPMC Lititz. And I'd like to introduce my mother,
The matriarch,
Skip Claire. And she's the one actually that initiated the volunteer spirit in our family. She and my dad were active volunteers, and so it's what we saw growing up. And it's what my children saw growing up. This is my daughter Claire and her daughter Adelaide.
I just had Adelaide at the McGee Women's Center in August. So one of the reasons why I chose to give birth at the McGee Women's Center was because of how convenient it is. It's local. I went to OBGYN of Lancaster, which is across the street. And then, I didn't have to worry about making a long drive if I went into labor. The staff is incredible there. I've had such a good experience at the doctor's office across the street, like I said. My doctors are amazing. And I was there when I had my son 5 years ago, so I knew it was a no-brainer for me to go back. I had 2 highly skilled doctors, Dr. Livingston and Dr. Syed. Both did C-sections, and I knew that I wanted to be in their hands again for the second time around. And I had an excellent experience with all the staff. The nurses were all so skilled and helpful and kind and nurturing, especially in the operating room when it can be really, really scary and you're just, a bundle of nerves. I just have had the greatest experience with that as well. Yeah, can't say enough good things.
How did I come to be at UPMC? The same way my mother and my daughter did, through a volunteer program. I was looking for something in our own community to volunteer at, and so I came in as a transporter and as a spiritual care volunteer. Very quickly, I learned that it was a place that I'd love to work. And why I work there is because I believe in the hospital, I trust in the hospital. Coming from Lititz and being in the community, I wanted to make sure that it was a place that I felt comfortable recommending my friends and family to come to. And so very quickly I discovered that it was a safe place, a warm place, and it was like a family. There was communication between the doctors and the nurses and the patients, and sometimes that's what's lacking. I felt that there were advocates for me at the hospital, and I just felt empowered to be part of the team, and that was really important to me too. I visit with the patients, I ask them how their care was. Sometimes I'll even say, if they tell me their care was good, would you like to identify a nurse? Because sometimes, we're able to recognize them through programs. And even when I say, is there a specific nurse, they'll say, no, the entire care was amazing. And I found it to be compassionate care. And that's why I'm there, because I was the patient's wife in the hospital who needed somebody to talk to and listen to my story. And when you know how valuable that is.
Love the idea of having something close to us that we can trust and go to quickly if we need to. I was a patient there, just loved the attention that I got there. My husband showed up and they left him stay with me until I think wee hours. It was our anniversary. So we celebrated our anniversary and they closed the door for us and left us alone the night before my surgery. I don't know how many places would do that. I've been volunteering probably 16 years. Mm-hmm. And I just love it. Anything she asks me to do, she's my boss. She just loves being my boss for the first time ever.
It starts from inside because the workers care for each other first. And then because they care for each other and they know each other, it just evolves from that. And it's just a beautiful experience.